Alright, so I'm working on remodeling my shower, and I just finished putting in the pre-slope. So I just got to wait for this to dry, and then I got to put in the shower pan liner and the final floor sloping to the drain. Alright, I got my shower pan liner in over my pre-slope, my drain, and this is just, this just screws down to your height. I've still got to put my final bed in here before I can tile. I've got my vapor barrier up here, and I have that caulked all around the edges because this is an outside wall. So you need to have your vapor barrier. And I'm going to get started on laying in the bed. I've got the final slope in. Everything's nice and even around the edges, and nice and flat sloping in towards the drain. So let this dry for a couple days, and then I'll start working on the sheetrock. Okay, it's really kind of a small space to get really good video, but I've got all of the joints taped with the gray joint tape that is specifically for the backer board. And the next step is to use kind of like a concrete spackle. This is what I'm going to use. It's a Simple Prep floor patch. It's very, very soft in consistency, much like joint compound. So it'll let me really work into the cracks of all the joints and have kind of a smooth finish. So this is a representation of a section that I've already done. Goes on very smooth, very thin, and creates a nice joint. So I'll be doing that to all the joints here. That's the next step. Then once all of that is dried, then it's on to waterproofing with the Red Guard. Alright, I'm just getting ready to start tiling in here. I've got my first course measured out, and then the brace that I can start my second course on, and that way that'll hold up the rest of the tiles until they dry. And I'm going to get started on that right now. Alright, got my first two courses up here, and I'll put the level on it. Nice and level. The bubble's where it needs to be. And the only thing that I'm kind of noticing is I think these tiles might be warped a little bit. You got that gap right in the center. But we'll work with what we got. Alright. So I'm going to be done with this for tonight. Tomorrow I'm going to take this bottom piece off here, cut it, and then wrap it around here so I can do the tile wrapped around. And then I'll go all the way around to this side as well. And then once I have all those tile up, then I'll start moving up the walls. Okay, I've added 1, 2, 3, 4 more courses of tile. I've got one more full course to go up here, and then a little piece that'll have to go along the top. Before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and get started on this wall and work that all the way up. And just keep working my way around. So, progress. It's being made. Okay, I've got all the courses on this wall done, and I got this wall done. Now this is the next day, so I'm doing about one wall a day, I guess. I've still got this wall to do, and this wall to do with the niche. And then I have the floor to do. And then the outside walls to do, and finish the ceiling. Okay, I've got all of the tile in my niche. And I've got all of the tile in on the floor with the exception of this little piece left right here. So let's do that right now. Take a little bit off that corner. That should do it. Oh yeah.
Jumping at him.
Okay, floor is done. That's good. Next thing is just let all this dry, and I have to re-spackle these holes and waterproof them from where I had the bottom strip up so they don't leak. So I've got all the bottom course done all around here. And the only thing that's left to do is this portion of the wall here, and this portion of the wall here. I've got my curb done. Now on my curb step here, I opted to use the same tile that I used on the floor. And the reason for that is this tile over here is very smooth and very slippery, and this actually has a little bit of texture to it. So I opted to use this because it's just not as slippery as that, and it would be a safety issue if I used that tile on the top of the curb. So we're getting there. Should be done very shortly, but it's coming along real nice. Alright, I've got all the tiling done, all of the edging. I've still got to joint compound and smooth this edge out, but all the tiling is done. And I just have to grout, so I'm going to work on grouting. Getting close. Okay, I've went ahead and covered up the floor, and all I've used here were the inserts that separated the tiles, and they're just thin pieces of cardboard here, but they make great floor covering, so I didn't throw a lot of them away. Okay, I've got the walls all grouted now. Now it's time to do the floor. Okay, here we go. So the shower is all done. The grout is finished. I used a gray grout. It's called Rolling Fog to go with the tile. I think it turned out pretty good. I still have to finish the ceiling. Put a coat of sealer and then the ceiling paint up there. And then it'll be completely done. Alright, that's going to wrap it up for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. It was a fun project. Hope you had fun watching. And we'll see you on the next video.